Hello everybody, how are you doing? It's your boy, it is Snake Martin, and I'm back with another video for you. Today, I will be answering a simple question. Is it worth playing the original Silent Hill 2 in 2024? The answer is yes. If you'd like to leave, please leave now. If you'd like to stay and find out why, please stick around. But seriously, stick around, because it helps. But it is worth it, okay? I'm not going to beat around the bush. Go and play it. It's super easy to play. Go on the PC, free on there, give it a bash. So how does this game improve on the original? Well, it is graphically insane. Seriously, the graphics on this game compared to the original is mind-blowing. The graphics on this game compared to later PS2 games, because I always think of this as a PS2 game, even though I played it on the PC. But the graphics on this game compared to way later PS2 games is genuinely incredible. I do not know how they did it. I know they use all these clever techniques, but the lighting, the fog, the models, it's insane. It's so much nicer on the eyes, honest to God, it is amazing. How does it control compared to the original? Not gonna lie, not that much different. It's less jank, but equally still jank. The menus are pretty much the same, so if you're used to them, you'll be used to these, which is kind of good actually. They've just made them a little bit nicer on the edges, I would say, but overall, pretty much the same. The actual gameplay in terms of combat and maneuvering and all that sort of stuff, yeah, is, to be honest, very similar. It still has those tank controls that we all know and love, or hate. And also, it is one of the jankiest games when it comes to combat, I think. I like it a lot, don't get me wrong, and I know a lot of people love it, but it's not great, okay? It's better than the original. I'd say it's a little bit better. Things hit a bit easier, but equally, I'm miming my pipe. I think it does improve on that a little bit. Does it improve on the atmosphere? Oh my goodness, yes, okay? Compared to the original, the atmosphere in this game is unreal. And I have to say, I think the original atmosphere is like a 10 out of 10. I think this is also a 10 out of 10. But there's something about how this game does it. The way it looks. And the fact that I think the PS1 Silent Hill, it had a lot of ways where it could kind of hide or be a bit sneaky with how it used the old school graphics to kind of build that horror. But this doesn't have that. It's got really quite nice graphics. The fog, how it's used, the enemies, the creepy enemy placements, the way that they use the camera, the locations you go to are very normal locations. I think that's the difference with this one. Very normal locations, but very, very wrong in all of the ways. Like, I think one of the first locations you go to is an apartment complex, but the way it's done and the noise and everything is so good. It just gives you this feeling of everything is off. Let's talk about this game on its own. What's it about? On this game, you play as James Sunderland, okay? He gets a mysterious letter from his wife. Plot twist! She's dead. Why is she dead? Not sure, but she's apparently dead but not dead because she can send letters from the grave. Is it a con? Probably. I would say that this is probably a con if it was in today, isn't it? Let's be honest with her. It's like, ring ring, hello James, it's your dead wife. But on this, somehow it's not a con and it is part of the plot. The mystery that unravels through meeting a bunch of very colourful characters. And when I say colourful, I mean strange, weird, that they're a real hoot, but equally so creepy. Each interaction with these characters and how they progress the story and James's relationship with them is just so strange for a while. Then it starts to really make sense as you get more and more of the pieces of this puzzle. By the time you finish the game, it does make a lot of sense. There's still a lot of uncertainty in what's gone on, but I think it's one of those games that lets you try and fill in the blanks. It's not going to tell you absolutely everything. It wants you to think for yourself. So Pyramid Head. His first sighting still freaks me out. I can't not see it, to be honest. I'm thinking about it right now. I think this game scarred me, you know? And that is what this game is very good at. Because of the adult themes and the horror that it builds through the atmosphere, that industrial soundscape is back. They improve it somehow with even worse noises. Oh my god. I almost feel like the sounds in this game and the atmosphere it creates, it makes your hair on the back of your neck stand. Because it's not your typical jump scare fest like a lot of games are. I felt a bit scared after playing it. For a while I had to leave the lights on, and I didn't have to do that with things like Resident Evil or anything like that. So it does stand the test of time, even though this game is so old now. I think it's actually old enough to drink and probably drive. Maybe not at the same time, because that's a bit naughty. So do I think that this game is worth playing in 2024? Absolutely yes. I think the remake that's come out is obviously incredible to a lot of people. The fact that this game is now accessible in some way or form, even if it's a remake, is great. The fact that it's on PlayStation 5s and Xboxes and all that stuff is so good for accessibility. I know some people will just not want to go back and play an old game. I get that. It's too old. I mean, some people will be wanting to play this and weren't born when this came out, which is terrifying because that means I'm aging, and that is not a fun thing either. I get all those worries, but trust me here, the jank of the old games, like the tank controls, the combat, it's a bit, I get all that, but there is something incredible about this game, that it has such a charm in the weirdest way that I truly don't think you can get with modern games at all. If you've got a PC, it's actually really easy to play. This game isn't available on any storefronts anymore. So what you can do is go on an Abandonware website, just look up Abandonware, do a little search for Silent Hill 2 and download it completely free. There's also an enhanced edition made by some very talented modders out there that have modded it to make this version on PC the best version of the game. Super easy, and that is also free to download, so I highly suggest going and playing that. It makes the game basically like 4K, and the lighting's insane on it, and the fog is good, and I don't think you need that good of a PC to run it either, which is just awesome. So there's no reason to not give it a bash, honestly. It is so good, and the story in this game is genuinely one of the best. It's quite funny actually. It seems that this game really truly became a cult classic, and then I think people look back on it with a different glow. I mean, I certainly never played this as a kid. I mean, I was about 10, 11, 12 when this came out, and that's not something I'm going to be playing as a child. Promise you that. Please, please, please go and check this out in 2024, 2025 and beyond. It is worth your time. If you want to pick up a physical copy like this, and by the way, off topic, my physical copy that I got off eBay a few years ago is so battered. There's a hole in it. It's so battered. I can't tell if it was loved or that they wanted to destroy Pyramid Head from within, but it is expensive now. It is very expensive. I think you're looking at roughly 40 to 80 pounds depending on the copy and how nice it is, and getting it with all the bits inside will set you back further. I think I paid about £30 for this, and that's going back about 4 or 5 years now, so it's kind of a lot of money. It's gone up a lot. Thank you so much for watching. I'm probably going to continue this little series of mine with the third one, Shock, and yeah, expect that next time. I really do think though that Silent Hill is an incredible franchise that people really should not sit on the fence about. Get on it, old or new, it's going to be good, and you will get scared. So if you're looking for that thrill, this is the one for you. If you liked the video, please think about hitting that like, hit the subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you like Silent Hill 2. Did you play it when it first came out? And what are some of your favourite Silent Hill memories? Did Pyramid Head scare you? Thank you so much, everybody. Take care, and toodaloo.